Here's a disturbing fact. It's estimated that 50% of the plastic produced every year is used just once before being thrown out. That means that millions of tons of plastic get dumped into our oceans every year, and experts expect plastic trash to outnumber fish by 2050. Well, here in Israel, the environmental NGO Zalul is pushing back, and joining us with more is Zalul's CEO, Maya Jacobs. Now, this is a very interesting topic. What are some of the main issues that Israel faces when it comes to plastic pollution?
Well, we're not different than any other place on earth, I'm afraid. It's a plague that everybody is suffering from. The whole issue of disposable plastic has become really a plague. For us in Israel, we are at the edge of the eastern side of the Mediterranean, which means that we receive all the trash that comes from North Africa, which aren't very clean and environmental countries, I'll say. And yet, 60% of the trash that we find in the sea comes from Israelis who go to the beach, and it's a big problem.
It's a huge problem. I mean, there's a culture of just not caring. You go to the beach, you leave your, I don't know, your bottles, your plastic, whatever it is on the ground. But I think also what is so interesting is the fact that people here aren't necessarily living as green as they could. Just recently, there was a law that was passed to charge people for plastic bags. And,
yeah, we're responsible for that.
And you're responsible for that. So tell us, some of the steps that you...
Okay, so basically what we're trying to do is eliminate the use from the beginning. So we passed the law against plastic bags, which only cost like 5 cents, less than 5 cents if you do it as $1. It's 10 agorot. You can buy 10 bags for 10 agorot, which is a very, very low price. Too low in our eyes.
Right. Well, yeah, it's not that much of a deterrent.
It's not at all, exactly. We would like people to really embrace the idea of not bringing a plastic bag, not buying a plastic bag, but rather bringing a bag from home. Also, in Israel, for some reason, there's a separation between the small bottles and the bigger bottles. The 1.5 liter bottles are not considered eligible for a deposit. So when you want to have a financial aspect for a bottle, so you have all the small bottles that people collect them and they reuse them, they sell them and they receive money for that, the money that is deposited for that. And for the big bottles in Israel, there's no deposit for that. So now we're trying to change this law as well.
Well, I mean, listen, there's so many things, and I would love you to go through this entire list of what needs to change. But what would I say is the main kind of message that you would like to send to our viewers about why this is so important?
The main message is that everywhere around the world, we have at least one big leader who is taking this on their shoulders and making this into a big issue as an agenda. And in Israel, we lack this leader. We don't have this one politician or one leader, some prominent figure that would be the spokesperson of this problem. So we find ourselves as an NGO leading the entire battle, and it's a lot of work. There's a lot of misunderstanding. It's the easiest thing is to live with disposable plastic from whatever. And it costs us more at the end of the day.
Well, and I think it also just comes down to kind of the individual understanding the importance of this issue. But for those who are wanting to get involved with your organization, what is the website?
Well, Zalul means clear in Hebrew. So Zalul is spelled Z-A-L-U-L. And our website is www.zalul.org.il. And you can also find us on Facebook.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.